outstanding opponent coming here tomorrow. And watching film on LSU, they're just really, really talented, very well coached, and very impressive. They are a great rebounding team, you know, outstanding in transition, create a lot of offense from their defense, really have good guard play and good bigs. I mean, it's just a combination of everything. At times they'll have 3-point guards out there. When you have Smart in the game, you know, with Waters and with Mays, you have essentially 3-point guards that can handle, shoot it, create for themselves, create for others. Number 14 is just Taylor. He's just a phenomenal athlete. I mean, he's I don't know if you guys have seen him yet, but Taylor is like probably the highest flying leaper in college basketball, bar none. So, questions?
Again, Graham's got the microphone for you guys. Raise your hand and we'll get it to you. Go ahead and start here with Joel in the front to the right.
You talked about him a little bit at Oxford on Saturday, but Eric, has he been healthy? Is everything okay there health-wise? Has it just been a little funk that he's been in of late?
No, he's healthy. Yeah, his health's been pretty good.
You did some shuffling with the starting lineup. Do you expect that to continue into tomorrow night's game?
Are you working for LSU or do we?
They couldn't possibly read the story.
Yeah, I can't comment.
You know, in the game notes, we just used the starters from the last game, so, you know.
And I want to take you back to Robert's recruitment a little bit. Just how fortunate did you feel to have a prospect of that caliber in your backyard and also the family ties that he had?
Unbelievable. I mean, both him and Reggie. I mean, and, you know, you look at the, you know, both their dads are in Oxford at that game, along with Tyson's dad. I mean, all three of the fathers who are former players here, sons are in the program, and all really important parts of our team, all three of those kids. It was pretty, you know, it's pretty special just thinking about it right now. Yeah, it's amazing. Robert, you know, is really coming on. He was critical in that game on Saturday, and he's just getting better and better and really comfortable. He was just getting a little treatment. I just walked by and said hi to him in the training room there. He's got a little strain of his iliopsoas, which is a hip flexor.
LSU hasn't lost a game on the road in SEC play. What do you think's made them so good on the road?
Yeah, this is a really good team. I mean, they're really – first of all, the point guard is incredible. I mean, Waters is really good. You know, you look at him, he's second in the league right now in steals. He's up there in assists. I mean, he's their leading scorer. I mean, he creates so much for me. He's averaging in league play 19 points a game. You know, has 53 assists in 8 games, so he's almost at 7 per game. You know, he's shooting 80%. They're a great rebounding team, a great free throw shooting team. They get to the line a lot. And you look at him, you know, he's shooting them like 38% from 3. You know, he's an outstanding 3-point shooter. He had 36 against A&M in a couple games back at A&M. So, I mean, you know, he's a monster. But, you know, their front line, when you look at Reed and Bigby Williams, I mean, Bigby Williams is a great sat-out and fifth-year transfer from Oregon. He's a very good shot blocking, you know, really athletic blocking. He goes for everything. I think he has 19 blocks, 18 blocks in the league. And, you know, Reed's, you know, McDonald's All-American, Smart's McDonald. I mean, those guys are really good players. Mays is amazing, too. I mean, just how smart he is and, you know, the savvy he has. They just got a lot of ability. I mean, they're a team that you're not going to want to see in the NCAA tournament here in March if you're their opponent.
Going back to point guard play, your point guard, Lamar Peters, it seemed like earlier in the season, as he went, scoring-wise, you guys went. He had those games where he shot tons of threes. Now you guys have found ways to win where he doesn't have to make any threes. Where do you think he stands right now on the offensive side? Do you still think he's probably one of the more important players? Obviously, he's one of the more important players, but do you think that he needs to get going like that for you guys to do what you want to do in conference play?
Our offense runs through him. I mean, what's really nice is that, you know, when he's creating, you know, off the bounce and doing things and jump stopping in there, I mean, he made a lot of great passes in that game Saturday and really did a nice job settling us down. And he'll be critical for our success here tomorrow because they're going to press, they're going to change defenses. They run their 1-3-1. They have a a diamond press that they use that's 3/4 court, sometimes to full court. They're a very aggressive man-to-man team where they're trying to ice or down all the ball screens. So you've got to have a really good point guard to deal with these guys. So yeah, he's always critical, and he's been critical, as you pointed out, the whole year relative to both ends of the floor. Leads us in assists. I mean, when you look at our assist totals here, he has 42, and the next closest is Q with 22.
Go ahead and get it back to Joel.
Along with Lamar, you'd mentioned he had a little wrist issue going into the game on Saturday. Has that cleared up? Is that something he's still
he
dealing
practiced
with?
yesterday, so it's still sprain's still healing, but
Yeah.
that shouldn't keep him out of the lineup.
And Nick, did he respond okay
Yeah,
after
Nick
playing?
had a great practice yesterday. Nick was really, really outstanding yesterday. And, we're trying to simulate Waters as best we can, so we have Nick and Lamar guarding each other in practice now, because they're the two guys that are going to end up guarding him the most, so they're going against each other every day trying to prepare, and the thing is that, when Waters gets pinned in and he's got a big who's up hedging the screen or plugging the screen or trying to ice him, he goes right at that big and does a great job attacking. So that's going to be a big part of it is, our ability to try to stay in front of him.
It's been a while since you've had a Wednesday, Saturday week where you've had games. Do you do anything differently this week with as far as practices, that kind of stuff?
Well, I'll tell you what, it was really nice to have Sunday off. I mean, because we'd just been the same routine. It was Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. And, to get, now it makes it rougher on the back end, but to get that day's rest Sunday and to get the all-important win on the road against a very good team, was really good for our guys, I think, mentally and physically.
Robert, you and Reggie played a pretty big part in that win over Ole Miss on Saturday. When you guys have games like that, what do you guys say to each other about how quickly everything's sort of fallen into place for you guys? I mean, you're only freshmen, but you guys are major contributors in big-time SEC wins.
We talk about it all the time in the room. It's just we understand that there are high expectations coming out of both of us, so we understand that we just have to clear our minds and just play together and just be one when we're out there together.
Past couple of weeks, you guys have won in different ways against Auburn. Obviously, they like to shoot the three a lot, and you outshot them in that game. Against Ole Miss, it seemed like it was a little more physical for you guys. Didn't need to shoot as many threes. Which style of play do you guys prefer, and do you feel comfortable winning any way you need to?
I don't think it's really a style that we prefer. It's just going into the game knowing what we need to do, knowing the other team's weakness on defense. So just going at their weakness will help us win. So it's whatever strategy helps us win is the best way.
After 4 out of 5 on the road, just how good does it feel to know you're going to have some home games coming up, starting with tomorrow?
Feels pretty good. The home game advantage it feels great having the fans behind your back. So, but we just have to keep that energy going within ourselves, like we have on the road, to be successful.
After get down to the stretch run of the season here, so you're kind of like a little bit of a veteran at this point, I guess, with as many games as you got under your belt. But what do you still feel like you have to kind of refine over the course of the rest of this year? Is there anything that stands out to you that you feel like you're not doing as well as you need to be doing?
It's just a matter of just helping the team win whatever I can do. I feel like I can grab more rebounds maybe and just try to keep my team motivated. At this point of the season, I know players are getting tired, my teammates are getting tired, so just keeping them motivated and keeping their confidence up, I feel like that's my best way of helping the team.
You and Lamar play two totally different positions, obviously, but what have you learned from him this year, and how do you think he's done at he's supposed to be one of the big-time team leaders this year. How do you think he's done in doing that?
He's done a great job. Since the summer, he's helped us be more competitive, helped our drive, and he's just motivated us from the jump up until now, and he helps keep our confidence up. He's always telling us what we can do and things like that. He doesn't try to bring us down at all. He keeps, especially the freshmen, he keeps us up, keeps us high.